Hello, everybody. My name is Bennett Tchaikovsky, and I am a full-time accounting faculty at Irvine Valley College, and I'm here to share with you Irvine Valley College's spring 2023 course offerings. So my disclaimer and copyright notice: the information and opinions in this presentation are those of the author only and not the author's employers or affiliated organizations, including but not limited to Irvine Valley College and the South Orange County Community College District. The presentation is for educational purposes only and does not constitute any accounting or legal advice whatsoever. This presentation is copyright, gotta update this, 2008 to 2023 by Bennett Tchaikovsky. Note that the author does not claim any copyright whatsoever in any companies or organizations mentioned in this presentation. Other parties, rather, the other parties are the owners of their respective copyrights. If you intend to share or use the materials from this presentation, please contact the author at 1812cpa@gmail.com prior to doing so. Okay. Why I had that for here, I have no idea, but I just want to let you know this is basically a video that I'm making to promote my amazing college. And so here we go. So why IVC for accounting? If you're a California resident, it's $46 a unit plus some registration fees. I think even for out-of-state tuition, I think it's relatively reasonable. But again, it's probably one of the better deals in town, especially when you can compare it to, say, something like a master's program. A master's program will cost you anywhere between $25,000 to $50,000 plus. It may give you a faster route to becoming a CPA, just in terms of meeting that educational requirement, but the tax dollars to pay off the student loans is pretty exorbitant. I would also say this. If you do want to get a master's in accounting and you're kind of wanting to kind of test out the waters first, we have an agreement with the University of California at Irvine, or UCI, whereby some of our courses will count, or basically, so if you took intermediate accounting at IVC, you would not have to repeat the class when you got to UCI. So if you're thinking about getting a master's and you need to kind of go through and fill those accounting prerequisites, again, can't beat it. We also have the highest transfer rate in Orange County. We have an amazing school, amazing program. And I'll be sharing with you our experienced faculty who are going to be teaching our classes. The other part over here is, and I will put this down below, in terms of applying to IVC, it's relatively easy. Most of my students who go through and do this say it takes maybe a couple of days. It just depends on if you're a California resident or if you have all your paperwork together. Also, too, it may be easier if you're just, say, I've got my bachelor's degree already and I just want to come back and take some more classes. Okay, so right over here. So I've always made this offer, and I really appreciate those of you on my channel who have been reaching out to me. So anytime you need me to go through, and if you want me to review the classes you've taken to date to see where you fall as far as the CPA exam goes, in terms of the educational requirements to be able to sit, one of the things I have is my sample spreadsheet, right? And so you can go on to my faculty website, which I'll click to right now. This is my faculty website. You can come right over here, completion of 150 semester units. You can come right over here. You can download this spreadsheet. You would fill it out, follow the instructions here, send it over to me, and I am happy to do an evaluation of your courses. It's absolutely free. If you go someplace else, hey, that's great. The bigger thing for me, though, is a CPA, and seeing how desperate times call for desperate measures, we need more CPAs. So by you going through and doing this, we're doing a huge help to the profession. In any event, so right over here. So again, basically for this spring 2023. So if you're interested in taking the CPA exam and you're looking for those kind of courses that are going to help you go through and prepare for the test, we've got stuff for you. Over here, these are classes that starting on January 17th. Intermediate Accounting 2. This is going to help you prepare for financial accounting and reporting. The instructor is Don Bradshaw. Don is a CPA and MBA, has been teaching this class for a number of years, and great instructor. You can take his class either online, meaning that, oh, you want to be from home, you want to listen in on the Zoom sessions because he's going to be teaching it in the classroom, or you can be coming to IVC and watching it in person. Entirely up to you. The exams, though, will be online, and that is Intermediate Accounting 2. Generally, for this class, it's helpful if you've taken Intermediate Accounting 1, just because some of the topics are pretty challenging. However, if you have a very strong background in financial accounting, you could do it. I've had students who took me for Intermediate 2 first and then took me for Intermediate 1. They did fine. Okay. Accounting 206. Our instructor here is Alexandra Olchik. She's an amazing instructor. You can look up her ratings at Golden West College. Haha. And she's amazing. So again, she's worked in the tax field for another year. She's also taught at Cal State Fullerton. Individual tax is going to help you prepare for regulation. Also, if you're interested in becoming an enrolled agent, this Accounting 206 can also be helpful. Now, with this class, is like the tax courses, due to kind of the complexity of the subject, what we're doing is we're basically setting up over here is we're having basically Tuesday Zoom meetings. So the class will meet on Zoom. All the exams will be in person. Excuse me, take that back. All the exams will be online. But again, it's one of those things where there is going to be a 3-hour meeting session. In my opinion, learning tax with having a live instructor to ask questions to me is indispensable, and it's huge. Accounting 207 is being taught by Lindy Tannenbaum. She's a full-time Irvine Valley College instructor. That class is also being taught online on Thursdays, and so that will also be meeting online. Again, business taxation is going to help you prepare for regulation. Remember the 4 parts of the exam: FAR, financial accounting and reporting; regulation, auditing; and then there's BEC, which is business environment concepts. Last one up here, this is 100% asynchronous, being taught by Deanna Bowden. She is a partner at Clifton Larson Allen, and she also teaches the same class at Cal State Fullerton. So that's our Accounting 275B. This is going to help you prepare for auditing. Now, remember, when it comes to the CPA exam, you're going to want to take a review course, Becker, Roger, one of the other ones. So just make sure, right, that you get a CPA review course. In fact, if it were me, I would probably go through and recommend to you to basically get the review course now, get the lifetime one, and start using that to prepare yourself for the test. Now, if the class is full, you can email the instructor, and you can also CC myself. Note that some of these classes, like 202B and 275B, will have a prerequisite of clearance. Okay, so what you're going to do, I'm going to put these links at the very bottom. You're going to come over here to IVC admissions, records, and student forms. Once you've registered as a full-time student, you're going to come down over here to prerequisite placement clearance. And when we see this form, and we're going to see yours truly, Bennett Tchaikovsky, and I've got a student ID and everything else. So this is what you would go through and do. You would go through and fill this out. You may need to attach a transcript or something like that if there's a question. If you went to a school that's not known, trust me, we'll find it. And our counselors are really good about asking me, well, does this satisfy? Is accounting 1B, managerial accounting, or financial accounting? For auditing, the prerequisite is accounting 1B, which is managerial accounting. For 202B, I believe the prerequisite is a financial accounting or accounting 1A. Okay, now, if you need units, right, these are not designed to directly prepare you for the CPA exam. However, these will help you basically get the units you need in terms of becoming a CPA. Right over here, what your goal is to do is you have a bachelor's degree plus 30 semester units. Include in this 150, right? Has to be 24 semester units of accounting, 24 of business, 20 of accounting study, and then 10 of ethics. Over here, the accounting study, only 6 needs to be in accounting, right? So if you have questions about this, or you'd like me to kind of go through and review that with you, please feel free to reach out to me. If you send this over, I can get through it pretty quickly, right? So let's go back over here. Okay, so these are classes that'll help you meet that educational requirement, not necessarily going to help you prepare for the exam. Over here, you've got Accounting 204, Accounting 205. So 204 is QuickBooks. This is an online class, fully asynchronous. Accounting 205 is payroll. That has in-person meetings on Wednesday. The professor is Professor Denise Wood. Just co-taught a course with her, and this past fall, she is awesome. All my students, they really have nothing but kind words to say about Denise. And she has really cool cats, more cooler than my cats are. Okay, over here, because they jump in on our Zoom meetings. If you want to go a Zoom bombing with kittens, that's a great class to join. Right over here, Accounting 112.1 and 112.3. I cannot tell you how important these classes are. These are spreadsheets courses, and you need these not only to help you get ready for the CPA exam, because you can use Excel and they're going to put more of that stuff on there, but you also, employers pretty much demand it. If we look over here, right, so you've got open seats in this fully online section. This is a class that's being taught by basically here by Professor Kusoy, Carolina. She's a very, very nice. You could take it in class, you could take it in person, or you could go through here and take it online. This is a 1.5 unit class. The way this class works is you do the first 8 weeks, and then you come down over here to section 2 or part 2, which is also another 1.5 units. Again, great class to go through and take. And then we come down over here to spreadsheet certifications. So over here, you've got these two sections. I'm sure we'll have a good staff person, or excuse me, we'll have a great instructor filling these positions. But again, these are courses. This is advanced spreadsheets. And basically, I would really, again, these spreadsheet courses are critical. Make sure you take them as ACCT 112.3, as the Board of Accountancy will more than likely accept them as accounting classes. Okay. Because remember, when it comes to all this stuff, it's like the California Board of Accountancy is the one who has the final say on whether or not a class meets it. Okay. The last two over here, Accounting 112.2, I just mentioned that. And then you've got Accounting Ethics. Okay. So Accounting Ethics is a class that I teach. It is 100% online. And if we come over here, there is a prerequisite, which is accounting 1B, or managerial accounting. So this is a class that I teach. If you starts on February 6th. If you want to come through and take this class, I'd love to have you in the class. It is 100% online. You'll basically you participate in discussions every week. You watch different videos. I've got great ones. We have access to Canopy, so you'll be able to watch a video on Elizabeth Holmes. There's another video that I show called All the Queen's Horses, which you watch actually on YouTube. So again, a lot of great, it's a great class. I think so because I wrote and I teach it, but don't listen to me because I'm biased. So again, right over here, Accounting 1B or 1BH. And if you need help in terms of getting into the class, if the classes are full, please feel free to reach out into the instructor and also CC myself, and I'll put my email at the very end of this. So spreadsheets 2, and then over here. Now, all the classes I just mentioned previously can all be taken 100% online. Either you're attending a lecture, you're doing all the exams that are online. When it comes to financial and managerial accounting, it's a little bit different in terms of our requirement basically for having in-person tests. The reason why this is because we have, a very strong reputation for transfer. And the way we teach financial and managerial accounting is in a way where you have to take multiple exams. And those exams for the online classes, those are generally offered on Saturdays, right? So I have over here, what I'm doing this spring is I've got 2 different sections of managerial accounting that are all online. So if you come over here, you'll see over here, online. If you put yourself onto the wait list, reach out to me. And if you see this over here, this is very important. This has specific meeting dates for the test. So you'll take the exams basically at this point in time, the orientations on Zoom, but we physically meet on the Irvine Valley College campus. It is a very, very important thing in terms of how we go through and do this. So right over here, again, for Accounting 1A, which is financial accounting, this is how this is going to go through. Now, if you're new to my channel, or if you see my channel, I have way too many videos. And so I have videos for these classes. They're not publicly listed. I have a lot of videos that are just because the publisher won't allow me to release them, but I will have plenty of material for you in terms of going through and studying and preparing for the class. So again, you've got accounting 1A and accounting 1B, but I'm just kind of flagging this because even though it says it's online, it requires in-person exams. And again, this is really because when we have a student at IBC that's going to a four-year school, we really feel strongly about our reputation that it's extremely important to send students over prepared to a four-year school. So again, learning a skill, that skill takes time, and these are two great classes to take. But if you are out of the country or you're out of state, obviously that can be a challenge. So I want to thank you for being with me here today. If you have any questions about this video or any of the content therein, please feel free to email me, right? If you email me, I will try to get back to you within a reasonable period of time. You can, of course, leave comments down below. But again, thank you for joining me here today. And I look forward to seeing you this spring 2023 semester at Irvine Valley College. Have a great one.